broadcasting to South Dublin on 93.9. This is Dublin South FM.
Assalamu alaikum, Siraj Zaidi ka bahut adab, namaskar and good afternoon. You're very welcome to the program. You're listening to Apna Radio, broadcasting at 93.9 Dublin South FM. So here we are, another week, another show, and another world going on. As I said, the world never stops, so I never stops either. And there we go. Every week we have news, views, and of course the content varies according to the mood of the week, where we're swinging, whether it's a new Taoiseach, or whether it's another demolition of another country, or whatever it is, or a new election in some part of the world. We never stops because this is what we're trying to capture, and we're trying to actually tell you the state of affair of the world. As I said earlier on, we shall be talking about, not today, I will not be talking about today the Gaza reserve, as they call it, the gas reserves in the sea, under the sea, and the grand plan of the, of the Gaza Sea to take over, and indeed to take over the entire, the resources. So the wars are not always about people, religion, terrorism and all the rest of it, as they call it. It's all about resources. Yesterday there was a war in the Middle East about the oil, and this is about the gas. This Rafah and the Middle East and Gaza and Palestine has nothing to do with the people. People don't matter. You can kill as many as you can. By the way, you can destroy the infrastructure. You can reduce the nation into the rubble. No humanitarian laws have been respected. No United Nations laws have been ever been taken in consideration. And in fact, the United Nations itself has been brushed aside as a sort of like a bias against them. Anyway, that's another big, huge chapter, and I'm not going to go there today at all. But I will be returning with quite a lot of information that Sharad is going to put together on this particular thing, that how Gaza has been viewing now in the future, that what is going to happen to the land which has been destroyed in the last few months, with killing of over nearly 40,000 people and maiming and children and all the rest of it. Humanitarian, as I said, humanitarian concern is not a concern. Bottom line is the money, resources and money. So the whole idea and the game is to control the resources, and who controls that Gaza water under the sea? Is that something? Because I've seen the map, and we'll try to actually explain to you on air what the map looks like. Anyway, indeed, this is a Dublin South FM, and you've been listening to Siraj Zaidi and our guest Tom Connaughty today, who's talking about his latest book, Drawing on Memory. So this is something that we try to do, try to reach out to the people, to tell the people what's happening in our world in terms of literature, in terms of poetry and books, things like that, and films, of course. Talking about the other issues that we were supposed to be talking about, that is the actual, the new development that is happening in and around our community. So we're in the middle of the Ramadan, and this is the middle of Ramadan, 15th or 16th of Ramadan today, and the leading up to this coming weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the grand heart of Ramadan, where we commemorate the martyrdom of the grand, not the father of the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet's son-in-law, and also his cousin Ali, who has been assassinated in the mosque while praying. Hello. I mean, think about it. Who would assassinate someone? But that happened 1,400 years ago in the mosque in Kufa in Iraq, and the commemoration goes throughout the world. In the middle of the Ramadan, when he was just about to start his fast at the early hours of the morning, doing the very early prayers, dawn prayer, as we call it. And he has been assassinated by Ibn Muljim, who was disgruntled because his forefather had been killed in the previous wars and things like that. So as the Gandhi has said, that an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth will makes the world blind. And that is continuing today. because those wars that have been fought 1400 years ago are still carrying the repercussions, they're carrying the impact. Peace and love, and of course, in the context of the Northern Ireland that we talked about it earlier on, there is hope if you want to work in hope. But the irony of the world is that people who do have a way of talking about peace, they don't want to talk about peace because they think that I'm all right, Jack. Why would I bother about something else happening somewhere else in some part of the world? But don't forget that if it's happening to there, it can happen today here, because if you don't do anything about it, if you don't talk about it, if you don't work towards that peace. Yes, with the Second World War, we have created the United Nations, but look what has happened to the United Nations. United Nations laws, resolution has been thrown at them, dumped, and the bins have absolutely no value whatsoever. And the man himself, Antonio Guterres, who has actually raises his voice and points his finger, and then he's been criticized. So United Nations has become a toothless, spineless organization. So what is the alternative? The fifth province, as Tom has mentioned, our guest today, that what we need to imagine for the peace, the sake of peace, is some sort of, but people do commemorate and remember history. And this is what is all about, this particular incident in the middle of the Ramadan, on the 19th of Ramadan, morning of the 19th of Ramadan. The alley has been struck in the mosque of Kufa, which is a beautiful mosque. If you travel to Kufa in Iraq, you will see that huge mosque there. And there's a big light and sound session takes place where people will remember, and people congregate together, and they commemorate this martyrdom of Ali, who died after 3 days on the 21st of Ramadan because the sword was poisonous. And indeed, his children brought his body to the home, which was next door to the mosque, and he lied there for 2-3 days, and then he passed away on the 21st of Ramadan. So that's towards the end of Ramadan, this incident happens, and worldwide people do, who are the followers of Ali, as we call it, Shi'an Ali, the followers of Ali, the friends of Ali, who was the fourth caliph, actually, incidentally. But for a lot of people, Ali was the main crucial link between Prophet Muhammad and the actual current real version of the Islam, which never came into the picture and has been taken over by the people who assassinated, who hunted down, who created a terrorism in the name of Islam. But that is another day's work and a huge history if you wanted to delve into it.